I wanted to do this video for a while now, and it took a little effort on my behalf to put together some of my favorite concealed carry handguns. Some of these aren't so concealable, but all of these handguns seem to rise to the top of my collection when I want to carry them in certain applications. I currently have a 27 handgun collection. You know, that's always growing. I'm trying not to get rid of anything at this point. But, you know, my background generally was I was a sponsored IPSC competitor back in the early to mid 90s. I was one of the first to use the 10mm, which that was cutting edge back then. This was pre-40 S&W days. I've been to Gunsight twice. I teach a CCW course, but the caveat to this is I am by no means an expert. I have experience. I've carried handguns long enough to know what kind of works for my applications. So I'm just kind of putting this video out to point you in the right direction of certain handguns you might be interested in. So I'm going to clear the deck here and start with the most concealable handgun. Let's get rid of these. And I want to add that all these guns have been cleared. They're safety checked. So I'm not going to waste your time going through all these. The first guy on the table is, this is a North American Arms 22 Magnum. It's called the Pug. And I've had a few of these. I've had the North American Arms just 22 long rifle. And these are one of these guns that you carry when you can't carry a gun. I have found the 22 Magnum to be a really nice little backup gun for deer hunting. It's a great coup de grace shot. It works great in sweatpants. I currently am carrying this one with the Winchester PDX-1 22 mag. Believe it or not, they actually do make a personal protection round for 22 Magnum. I'm going to grab that, and this is what that looks like. It's a long, stout little round. It puts out a lot of muzzle flash, a lot of sound. It's a great little gun. I mean, you know, I've put down a lot of deer with this. I mean, I also want to mention I am a hardcore bow hunter, rifle hunter, pistol hunter as well. So some of these guns that I carry, I do carry in the woods. I do live rural too, so a lot of my threats are four-legged as much as they are two-legged. So I tend to go heavy for caliber with ammo choices. Penetration with expansion is kind of what I'm looking for. You know, generally on my 10mm loads, my hunting rounds, 44 mag, 45 Colt, I load them myself, but I recommend, you know, stock commercial grade ammunition for your carry loads. They tend to be more lawyer proof, and it's just going to save you a lot of aggravation. Plus, there's a lot of good ones now. These days you can almost find a very good, I would say, semi-high performance to high performance round almost anywhere. So, you know, you can go to Walmart, your local gun stores. But anyways, I want to start off my most concealable is this little 22 Magnum. And this is by North American Arms. It's called the Pug. It's a really neat little gun. It is carried, I'm going to try to do this with a camera. Generally the hammer is carried between the cylinders. I don't know if you can see that. So the hammer is not actually resting on a round, it's resting on one of these little notches between the rounds. It's safe to carry in your pocket. I have a little dust cover I put it in. It does have a tritium night sight. This one is not it, but you can get one. It does have fairly decent sights, and that's what separated this from the regular 22 long rifle that I had, because it had very crude sights. So, you know, you cock it back as fast as you can cock it and pull the trigger. You have 522 Magnum loads right there. So it's definitely better than nothing. It's certainly better than a lot. You know, and the #1 rule to a gunfight is bring a gun. So if you carry this, you know, on a nice EDC, you know, knife, you know, you're pretty well equipped. So anyways, I'm going to put this up. This would be where I start my collection. And I carry this when I'm deer hunting or when I really don't have room to carry any gun. So I'm going to put this guy right up there. Yeah, that'll work. Next in my lineup that I carry, and this is kind of like what I carry all the time. This is what I would, you know, pretty much my baseline, good enough. This is where I start. And that is going to be the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. Now the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard is a 380. It has an integrated laser, which is, you know, very neat. In fact, I'll try to put that to camera. It's actually quite a little accurate gun. When you look at these little pocket guns, you tend to think they're nostril guns. It's kind of a, you know, up close. But actually, I've done very good groups with this gun. What can I say about this that hasn't been said? It's very flat. It definitely is a nice jeans gun. It fits in your pocket well. It does have 2 magazines. The sights are pretty good. They are driftable. I put a little bit of fluorescent tape on the front. That kind of, you know, makes that pop right out. But trigger pull's good. I actually got used to it. A lot of people don't like the trigger pull of this, but it feels very much like a kind of like a revolver. You know, you can almost stage this trigger. In fact, you can stage the trigger. You pull it back to here, you can feel it. And then when your sights are where you want it for precision shooting, it's just right there. And after about, you know, 300 to 400 rounds through these guns, they really do smooth out. So it does have a safety. You can use it if you don't want to use it. It doesn't matter. It's safe to carry with the safety or without the safety. And this is kind of my bare minimum. My 380, that's kind of where I want to start. And I kind of like this gun, like I said, because it's so thin. I'm going to put this one right here. Let's see, get that there. Currently, I carry that with, that would be Spears Gold Dot 380. Excellent little round. You're never going to get the penetration of a 9, but these buggers always open up. I think they're like 10 inches of penetration in the FBI denim ballistic gel. It's certainly a good little round. So we're going to move on up. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. This is my everyday carry. This gun spoiled me. And many know this gun from the forums. You'll recognize it with the custom grips from High Figure Grips. And this is my Sig Sauer P938. And this gun is an absolute tack driver for what it is. I have another video on YouTube about me shooting this gun, kind of proving that it is a tack driver. This one comes with tritium night sights. This has got the Sig fiber optic tritium front sight on it. Excellent sights. Absolutely excellent sights. You can't go wrong with this gun. Now, being an old 1911 guy, I like a gun that's carried cocked and locked. And I do prefer a gun with a hammer. That is nothing, you know, bad against a, you know, guns that don't have safeties or, you know, safety type guns, you know, that are designed, I don't know what. I just like a hammer. Let's just boil that down, you know, right now. Either a DA, SA, or a cocked and locked configuration. This gun has got a very good trigger. That is a stock trigger. It is smoothed out considerably. I have probably 1,500 rounds through this. And it is a little tack driver. There's nothing bad I can say about this gun. It functions reliable. It has functioned with about everything I've put through it. I mean, from Winchester White Box to whatever, even reloads, garbage stuff. It shoots them. You know, it's a Sig. It's fairly lightweight too. There's another thing. It's an alloy steel combination frame. So this is a very good gun. It's definitely on the high end for a pocket gun or just an EDC. You can carry this in various type holsters. I pocket carry this. This is what I'd consider a true pocket gun. And this is probably one of the most high-end pocket guns, but I truly think you get what you pay for with this gun. Currently, this gun comes with 2 magazines, at least most models do. It has one with a little finger swell down here. Let me see if I have that. And yes, I do. You'll notice this gun, the magazine looks like it goes in backwards. So let me pull this out, slide this in. You notice how it gives you the little finger at the bottom. It does give you one extra round. That is nice. If you're going to carry it in the car, carry it at the range, this would even make a great house gun. I mean, you really don't have to go any higher than this. This has, 8 rounds, 7 plus 1. It has enough rounds. Currently I am carrying in this would be the 135. Let me pull one of those out. This would be the 135. Set this little guy up here. Try to keep these in order as I go. I'm the Hornady. These are the 135 plus P, the FTX bullets. Fantastic. Deep penetrating bullet. See if you can see that. It's got the little rubber tip that ensures expansion that does very well in the FBI tests. And like I said, some of my threats where I live, very rural, tend to be 4-legged as much as 2-legged, so I'm looking for heavy for caliber. So 135 plus P functions really well in this gun. It's very controllable and very accurate. So that would be probably where I would end my pocket gun carry. These 3 guns are what I carry in my pocket. The Sig is by far my everyday carry gun. So, for what it's worth, that's kind of where I go with that. Moving up the ladder, the famed, the most popular, at least recently, would be the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. This gun has just got on fire. There's nothing bad to say about it. The price point of these guns, under $400 out the door. What a gun. They're thin. You can pocket carry these guns. Now, some people do. I find them a little big for pocket carry. Cargo pants, you can pull it off. But this is not the gun I would consider as a pocket carry gun. This is an in-the-waistband gun. A great car gun. I use this as a truck gun. It's fantastic. 2 magazines. They have, this is the extended. This gives you the extra round in it. Much like the Bodyguard of the 3D I demonstrated, this has a safety. You can use it with or without. It has the safe action trigger. The trigger does get better. These are all, Smith & Wessons are known to have a little gritty triggers right out of the box. They do get better after about that 300 to 500 round mark. So don't be that bent out of shape when you test these at your dealer that you think the trigger sucks, because they kind of do. But I tell you what, they break clean once they break in. And like I said, all these have been safety checked. But good steel sights, 3 dots, they are driftable. Very accurate little gun. In fact, this little baby's a tack driver too. And it's just big enough that a man can get a full-size hand on it. But it's thin enough to carry in your waistband. So I don't know if you can see that. It's got a pretty good reset on it too. Just see. That's pretty decent. So anyways, this is kind of probably the default recommended gun. If you're on a budget, you want one gun to kind of do everything, you really can't go wrong with the Shield. The Smith & Wesson Shield, they sell enough of them for a reason. So I like this gun. I recommend this gun. A lot of students in my CCW class carry this gun. This gun has become one of the most popular first-time gun buys I've seen over the last 4 to 5 years. It just has gone crazy this last year. So the Smith & Wesson Shield, 9mm. Can't beat it. Can't say anything bad about it. Price point under $400, $380, $399 out the door. Great little gun. So that's my next guy. Can't go wrong with any of these so far. My ultimate favorite 9mm high capacity striker fire gun. This gun has set the bar for everything else. I don't care if you're a Glock guy, the new VP9 HK that's coming out. Everything is being compared to this gun. And this would be the most excellent Walther PPK. And this is the Gen 1, the Mark 1, the original PPQ. Did I say PPK? I meant PPQ. So the Walther PPQ it's just awesome. This gun has a fantastic striker fire. It's thin, it's lightweight, and the trigger, I don't know if you can see this, sets the standard. It literally that's got to be a 4-pound trigger, maybe less. This gun has probably got 1,500 rounds through it. It is an absolute tack driver. If you want a gun to IDPA, home protection, everyday carry, high capacity 9 with a striker fire, I can't recommend this gun enough. This gun is by far heads above anything else that has come before it. The trigger is fantastic. But it built on the P99 too. I mean, the P99 from Walther's is a fantastic gun. This is the next evolution of that gun. And a lot of guys like the P99. I mean, that's they first started out on. But there's a reason the PPQ is kind of what all the striker fires are being compared to. I put on this tritium night sights. It came with, you know, decent 3-dot sights. The only thing this gun needs, in my opinion, is tritium night sights. I mean, you put tritium night sights on this, if you only want to buy one gun for your house, your car, your family, this would be it. The only caveat to this, and this is personal preference on my behalf, is it doesn't have a safety. It's a striker fire, so trigger discipline is everything on this gun. I'm used to carrying a double, you know, an SADA gun, a single action, double action. That, you know, is what I'm used to. That goes way back 25 years. But I do carry this a lot. As far as when I carry a striker fire, the PPQ is the gun, in my opinion. This does come in 9 and 40. So, you know, pick your poison whenever you like. You can't go wrong with the PPQ. And a lot has been said about that, so I'm not going to go into it anymore. Now, next up on my ladder would be my everyday carry. I would say my serious, not my serious, that's kind of downplaying all the rest of them. This is what I carry every day. And this is basically because I'm used to this gun. It's reliable. I just love the ergonomics of this gun. And this would be the HK USP Compact in 40. Now, I like this gun so much. I initially bought this gun in 9mm, and I carried it everywhere. And I bought this gun back in 1998, and I bought a 9mm back in 1997. And I carry that 9 so many places. I shot, you know, you could almost target shoot with it. It's so good. That my wife liked it so much, she ended up taking it from me. So that year, then I bought a Smith & Wesson, Smith & Wesson, yeah, HK USP Compact in the 40. And the 40 is fantastic. It's 12+1, plenty of rounds. If you need more than that, you're in trouble. And the claim to fame with this gun is you can basically carry it in any configuration. You can carry this gun with the safety on, with the safety off, double action. In fact, I'll show you how to cock this. You can carry this cocked and locked, which, you know, as a 1911 guy, that is incredibly attractive. I mean, guys, you know, that's what you're used to. This gun will do it. It also has a decocker. You can go down, you can cock it back down. There's so many ways to carry this. It's a great range gun, a great carry gun. You know, this gun's been out a long time. This thing's a warrior. I mean, the USP line is proven itself to be bulletproof. The only thing this gun was added was night sights. That was it. Excellent gun, excellent carry gun. I like the 40. I'm a 40 guy, since I started out in 10mm. The 40 S&W has gotten so good and has come up so much in spec. The bullet technology has gotten so good that it's kind of knocking on what the 10mm was supposed to be. So the recoil is very good in this as well with the 40. It's got the buffer pad on the spring, the recoil rod, and HK is very good at mitigating recoil. They just work. So this isn't a new gun, but it by far is one of my favorite guns, and it's probably what I carry the most. This is probably my EDC. It's indestructible. Their hostile environment finish is bulletproof. You know, they show these things being dropped in the sand, buried for weeks, dropped in salt water for, you know, whatever. You know, it's their combat ready, compact version of the USP. So let's put this guy right here. Next up, for all the 1911 guys, and, you know, myself, I am a 1911 guy, I have to admit. That's what I shoot IPSC with, that's what I kind of grew up shooting. That single action trigger is phenomenal. This is my EDC 1911. This is Kimber's Super Carry Pro. This is just a fantastic gun. It's lightweight, it's got the alloy frame, and it basically has been massaged with every custom option you could possibly want in a turnkey out the door with a warranty 1911. It's got cocking night sights, ambidextrous safety, magnificent trigger, just absolutely smooth as glass. There's nothing bad about this gun. It seems to function with everything, even new. They do recommend a break-in with this gun. I didn't have any problems. It shoots my reloads. Boy, what's not to like about it? I mean, the serrations are good. You know, that's my 1911 I carry. I think this kind of fits the bill. It has enough ammo. It's flat enough. It's lightweight enough. And weight was paramount for me. I don't like carrying a heavy gun. I'm spoiled now. So the Kimber Super Carry Pro has kind of got my vote as the, you know, kind of the best carry size. This is the commander size. It's not a full size. You know, there's two sizes even smaller than this, but you're going to sacrifice grip size and round count. So this can pretty much be carried anywhere the PPQ and the HK USP Compact can be carried. These three guns are pretty much interchangeable. But when I want to carry a 45 or 1911, this is my go-to gun. So let's put this guy here. And finally, probably I did EDC this for a while, but it's pretty much become my house gun, my bump in the night gun. I set it up for that now. I just love this gun. And I've said enough about it on the forums. And this would be the Sig Sauer P229 Dark Elite. And this is their Halo gun. This is the 229's top of the line gun. This comes with every option. Their most excellent aluminum, very, very flat, very, very grippy, and very, very expensive grips. I mean, they're fantastic. You can put the E2 grips on here. I do have E2 plastic grips that have the sandpaper finish. Great for winter carry. They don't get as cold as the aluminum. But there's something about that aluminum grip that just feels fantastic. And this is in 40 S&W as well. If you notice right here, this does have the +2 magazine in it. And since this is my nightstand gun, I have a TLR-1. This is a 300 lume mounted on this. This does have adjustable night sights. Fantastic. I mean, basically I could shoot a match with this gun. It's a turnkey. I had the action enhancement package done with this just because I could. I'm a SIG fan. I'm a SIG guy. The trigger was fantastic. The action was fantastic, reliable, right out of the box. But if you want to knock it up a notch, the action enhancement package that the SIG Custom Shop does takes the trigger weight down a little bit. It's just butter. I mean, you just feel like you got a custom gun for, you know, I think it's like $165, $170 for that package. What can I say about this? Dual serrations, I like this. I didn't think I would, but I actually do. I have the +2 magazine in 40. That gives me what typically comes with a 12 rounder. And this knocks it up to 14, so you got 14 + 1. That's 15 rounds of 40 S&W. And just fantastic gun. I mean, this also has the short reset. I'm going to try to show this. Like that. I mean, see how short that is. That's just, it's ridiculous. And just like butter. I mean, just like butter. Even the double action is just smooth. I mean, you just, what can you say that hasn't been said about SIG? I mean, these things are, you know, SEAL proven, military proven. It's just a tough gun. And, I mean, that's pretty much my bump on the night gun mounted with a light. And this makes a great EDC carry gun, but it's heavy. And what I will say against the 229, and it's not a fault of it, because that's one of the reasons why it shoots so good, is it weighs more than this USP Compact 40. You know, and it's close to the same amount of rounds. In fact, it is the same amount of rounds if you put the smaller magazine on here. So you got 12 plus 1. So you're going to pick up weight carrying this, and you will notice it. But, you know, if you're a SIG guy and if you want a true combat gun that's built like a tank, you can't beat it. You really can't beat this gun. In fact, all the P-Series SIGs, you know, the 226, the 229s, you know, what can I say about them that hasn't been said before? I like them in 40. The 229 has been built on the 40 S&W, so it is a very stout built gun. You know, 9 millimeters through this. I do have a 229 in 9. You know, that's nothing through this gun. It'll take anything. And I do want to comment that the HK USP Compact 40 was also built. The USP was actually built for the 40 S&W. So it is a very stout frame. I mean, it's designed to shoot plus P. It says it right in the manual. There's nothing wrong with that. For that matter, I think the Kimber is also designed to shoot plus P. The Walther is designed to shoot plus P. In fact, what isn't here? I know the Shield is. The Sig is. I'm not sure if the Bodyguard is or not. I don't anyways. I shoot the 380 Spear Gold Dots. And just to kind of finalize this little impromptu video here, the ammo I choose in most of these guns. Probably my favorite for the 40, since the 40 is my business gun. I like Hornady Critical Defense 165 FTX, even in that. That is 505 foot-pounds, great penetration, great expansion. It passed the FBI test in flying colors. I mean, this is just, it even functions really well. You can see how it's really conical, so it'll feed even in temperamental guns. But I like this gun, this round, just simply because it's kind of a sweet spot. You get 500 foot-pounds. It's low muzzle flash. It doesn't feel like it is, but through the chrony, it's up there. So, you know, fantastic round. Also, for my 45 ACP and all my 45s, I like Gold Dot 230. I'm just old school with my 45. I go heavy for caliber. I like the 230 grains. These are huge. These things open up like an ashtray. I know that's been said before on a lot of guns. Or on a lot of ammo, but these truly do. I mean, these things are just fantastic. So, you know, Gold Dot, that Hornady, you know, that is your basic high-end or average over-the-counter quality self-protection ammo. And this is why, you know, the calibers I pick, that's pretty much what I use in them, and that's why I don't use reloads. So, other than these guns, any one of these guns would make a fine EDC or house gun. You know, throw in a nice EDC knife. You know, while I'm throwing it here, might as well, you know, a little Benchmade, little paramilitary 2, of course. Let's put that in up there. You know, Yojimbo, Spyderco. You know, any of these guns will make a fantastic first gun. They'll make a fantastic 30th gun. But out of all my collection, these guns seem to always raise to the top. What they do well. They're not ammo temperamental. They all are very accurate. In fact, you know, if I can't make a headshot at 10 yards, I don't carry it. And these guns, literally, some of these guns are tack drivers. I mean, they will put 5 shots in the size of a quarter. Especially the Kimber, the Sig, the Walther, the PPQ, the HK USP Compact, even the little Shield is good. You know, the P938, the video I have, if you kind of look me up here, you'll see me shooting that, and it puts them right in there. So, anyways, I hope this helps those that are looking. It gives you some ideas maybe to spend your money on. And like I said, I'm by no means an expert, but I do have enough experience with these guns to recommend them. And, you know, I would recommend these to a family member or a friend. I would buy these guns in duplicates. They're so good. So I hope that was at least entertaining for you and I didn't spend too much of your money at your local gun shop. But thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, guys.